Give me a minute and let's talk about Donald Tusk's efforts to block grain and other food products coming from Russia. And it's about time. I can't believe that this is still a thing. There's all this controversy about the Polish border blockade where the farmers and truckers are stopping Ukrainian grain from entering Europe, right? Well, gosh, maybe if Russia wasn't importing or exporting to Europe hundreds of tons of grain through Belarus, through Poland, and into the EU, we wouldn't have this problem. You're worried about Ukrainians dumping grain on the European market? Bullshit. It's Ukrainian grain that's being stolen by the Russians and trafficked through Belarus that's getting dumped on the market, funding Putin's war effort, funding the murder of Ukrainians. Make no mistake. And this guy Tusk, he seems to understand this and is bringing to the European Parliament a request to sanction all of these grain products that Russia's dumping into Europe, undercutting the Ukrainians, creating the problem at the border, creating the problem that the Ukrainians can't, or the Poles can't compete with the cheaper Ukrainian grain. It's insanity. And that whole Polish border thing and farmer protest all across Europe, we goddamn know the Russians are behind it. The Russian fingerprints are all over it. Whether the farmers and truckers are just useful idiots who have been suckered by Russian disinformation, or whether they know they are willing participants and supporters of Moscow blocking Ukrainian grain so the Russians can sell their grain and the stolen grain of the Ukrainians into the European market is unclear. Probably a little bit from column A and column B. But they're suckers of their worst enemy. And the enemy needs to be stopped at the Belarusian border.